Okay, so welcome to Conspiracy Friday. Now, while I was on my break, Multit0mt0m uploaded a new video called Did Heliocentrism Advance Technical Innovation Flat Earth? Let's see what he has to say. Multit0mt0m is my personal favorite flat earther to debunk. Nation? What?
One of the claims of those who believe we live on a spinning basketball Earth in the vacuum of space is that somehow believing in a ball Earth has advanced technological innovation.
Yeah, scientists, they knew that the Earth was round and space was real, so they started to send satellites, which gives you internet and stuff. In fact, scientists launch satellites to space to give you internet and things, and then you make videos to YouTube about that the space is fake, so the Earth is flat, while satellites are working hard to upload your video with the internet that the satellites supply. So, how will you explain that? Like, what do you use for internet instead? Like, GPS and systems and stuff. How? I have never seen an explanation of that from a flat earther.
They think that the belief in a ball Earth has advanced technology throughout the years.
Yeah.
That is so stupid. I just don't have any words to entertain that. Those who push the heliocentric model must use pseudoscience to explain our world.
You use pseudoscience to explain our world, like. Well, it's not actually. I would admit that flat earthers, they don't use pseudoscience. They use misunderstood science. They take an aspect of science, and then they try to misunderstand it and try to explain flat Earth with it. Flat Earth itself is pseudoscience, but the way they use it's just misunderstood science.
Technology and medicine, for example, are real sciences. These we experience on a daily basis. However, their explanation of our world require pseudoscientific explanations and science fiction stories that cannot be supported or backed up by facts.
Oh my god, yes they can. They are backed up by facts. Flat Earth, every single evidence you send us, we debunk it. But you don't want that because you believe in flat Earth. So what are you gonna say to us? Give me a point so I can debunk it, please.
For example, the alleged space travel and satellite communications are only about 50 or 60 years old, and they were created during the middle of the 20th century when they found out for real that the Earth was indeed flat and stationary.
You do know flat Earth theories popped up during the 19th century? Yeah, because science was advancing too far now, and then some people missed simple science, so they started to do flat Earth theories. And then by the 20th century, there's very little flat earthers. Everybody was general knowledge of space was real, space race and stuff happened, and they launched satellites. Yeah, flat Earth spawned before the 20th century. And we definitely know that the Earth isn't flat, but of course, you're a flat earther, so you do believe that it's flat, so more points, please.
it's probably hard to believe for 99.99% of the human population.
I like the flat earthers that they imagine that the 0.1% of the population is smarter than everyone else. Like they're like the ones that know the truth or something. Like 0.1% of the population. If the earth was really flat, don't you think the rest of the population would catch on? Yeah, I didn't know what's the logic here. That only 0.1 population know the truth or something.
But everything related to outer space are blatant lies.
Okay then, so this video was a blatant lie? Because you uploaded a video using internet, which satellites supply with. They supply many things to do with technology here. So this video is a blatant lie because satellites come from space. You have your internet to upload. This video shouldn't exist then. But it does exist because space is real.
On the other hand, Mars, galaxy, Milky Way are all chocolate bars. What they cleverly did was to merge science fiction with reality.
Mars, galaxy, and the Milky Way are all chocolate bars. Yes, I know. But when did we name the planet Mars? Before the chocolate companies were invented. Were founded, I mean, not invented. Were founded, So before these companies were made, we named the planets. Well, we didn't rename the planets, but we knew their existence. Wait. When we named the planets until 15th to 18th century, which is still before the chocolate companies.
They gave us Star Trek TV.
And even if I am wrong and they named the planets before 15th century, it's still proving my point that they named the planets before the chocolate companies were invented. Founded.
TV series and brainwash the masses into believing that outer space travel is real.
You do know Star Trek is science fiction, Yeah, they're saying that outer space travel could be real. But for now, we can only have space travel up until the moon. And even that's too expensive. Until then, we can only send satellites to other planets. But one day, maybe what happens in Star Trek the part about Star Trek where we travel to other planets could be a real thing. But until then, it's just science fiction.
But did the Ball Earth science really advance technological innovation?
Yes.
Technology evolved independently from any other science. Although there were computers in the early and middle part of the 20th century.
Okay, let me tell you something here. Rockets launched into space led to the invention of phones. Because the parts used by a rocket can be used for a phone also, and the parts of a rocket can be used for other devices. So yeah, it did help advance technology. Then the satellites could send the signals for GPS and all that. Yeah.
Computing as we know today didn't really take off until the invention of the microchip. This was early 1970s.
think of the early 1970s. When was the moon landing? 1969. It seems like travel to space did advance our technology.
Companies like IBM were at the forefront of computer technology. Then they were overtaken by Microsoft and Apple and other technological companies. These technological innovations had absolutely nothing to do with knowing whether the Earth was a ball spinning in space. In fact, the Earth has always been and always will be flat.
Okay. So no, the technology advanced because the Earth is round and space is real. You didn't have to believe in round Earth for technology to advance, but if everybody did believe in a flat Earth and thought space was fake, then we'd never launch anything. So, believing in space and round Earth, that's happens advanced technology. Like, these days, like, what I'm meaning is 10 people, if they believe flat Earth, technology is still going to advance anyway.
And stationary. It is ludicrous to assume that
there's countless evidence against flat and stationary Earth, and tons of evidence to suggest a round and moving Earth. I mean, have you watched other debunking channels?
the fake space program has advanced technological innovations which we know today. There are some moronic people out there who believes that knowing the Earth is flat is going to set humanity back to the Dark Ages. I can't see the reasoning behind that thinking.
Because how are we ever going to proceed with humanity of like, if everybody believed the Earth is flat, how are we going to achieve a type 2 civilization if we think the Earth is flat and there's no point trying to launch? I think that's what these people are getting at. A type 2 civilization, if you don't know, is using your solar system for energy.
Their warped minds has no logic, no reasoning.
Their warped minds, no logic, no reasoning. Perfect flat earther description.
Outer space and space travel is one big...
Swear, like flat earthers, they will say about round earthers what they actually are. Like, you just said the warped minds have no reasoning, no logic. That's a flat earther. That's what they do.
lie that has been perpetrated by the world governments. Some people find it astounding and astonishing that groups of people can get together and fake space and space travel.
No, we find it we also find it astonishing that you flat earthers expect like thousands to hundreds of thousands of people to keep a secret. Plus, we also find it astounding that you believe in a flat Earth in the first place, even though there's like countless evidence against it.
And go to elaborate lengths to hide the shape of the Earth. Under careful scrutiny, the heliocentric model falls flat, and the wizards behind the curtain are revealed.
Okay, so you flat earthers keep on saying that the heliocentric model makes no sense, but a flat disk